A detailed look at Google Chat encryption. The goal of this blog article is to take a look at Google Chat encryption. We'll do so by discussing what encryption and decryption are, decoding the Google Chrome extension that enables your chat in Google Chats, the debunking from The Guardian incorporating their security review, what encryption settings you must use, and finally an example of the chat sent to them before it was encrypted. Here's a guide on using the black key sold in most street markets, keeping your keys safe, private and under wraps. What is enciphering in context? Basically, encryption is scrambling instructions of a particular message so that nobody can decrypt it unless he knows the instructions to decrypt them or breaking the algorithm. It's like putting a password on letters or keeping them in the box for someone who doesn't know how to open it. Yeah, it might be tedious to do over and over. Google Chat Encryption Overview. Google has always been a company that emphasizes security and privacy, which is why its chat system, Google Chat, is one of the most secure options out there. Even though the software is available on many different platforms, Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, it employs sophisticated encryption methods to keep your conversations safe. Before we dive into encryption in more detail, it's important to understand what it is and how it works. Encryption is a process of transforming readable data into an unreadable format so that only those with the correct key can access the information. It's used to protect information from unauthorized access or theft. In the digital world, encryption is often used to protect online communication and files. Now that we've covered what encryption is and how it works, let's look at how Google Chat encrypts its conversations. When you start a chat session, the software uses symmetric key cryptography to create a secret key for both you and the other user. This key is used to encrypt all of your messages so that nobody else can read them unless they also have the secret key. The only way someone else could decrypt your messages would be if they had both of your secret. WeChat, a comparison between WeChat and Gmail. Google Hangouts and WeChat are two of the most popular messaging platforms in the world. Both offer encryption, but what's the difference between these two platforms? Let's have a look. Email versus SMS are for different services. At times we all prefer to use one service over the other. Some may be restrictive when it comes to features while others may have certain limitations. But you can always improve on both these platforms even in such a case. In this article, I have compared email versus SMS and the summary is shown below. A warning on the photos you upload. Google Chat encryption is a great way to keep your conversations safe, but it's not foolproof. Recently, a few blog posts have warned people about the possible dangers of uploading photos using Google Chat encryption. Specifically, these posts allege that by uploading photos with Google Chat encryption, you are opening yourself up to potential theft or exploitation. While it's definitely important to be aware of the possible risks associated with encrypting your conversations, it's also important to remember that there are still ways to protect yourself from these dangers. For example, you can always use public Wi-Fi networks when communicating with other people using Google Chat encryption, or you can use software like Signal to encrypt all of your communications. What can be done about Google Chat security? Google Chat can be used to securely communicate with others. However, because chat is an open platform, it's not immune to cyber attacks. Here are some tips to help protect your Google Chat conversations from being intercepted and stolen. Enable two-factor authentication 2FA for your Google account. 2FA provides an extra layer of security by requiring confirmation from both you and a trusted partner before you can access your account. You can find out more about 2FA and how to set it up on the Google website. Use a secure browser when using Google Chat. Make sure that your browser is up to date with the latest security features and that you are using a Chrome or Firefox browser. To ensure that your chats remain encrypted, use HTTPS when connecting to the chat server. Disable geolocation features in Google Chat. Geolocation features can be used by hackers to identify specific locations where people are chatting from. By disabling these features, you make it harder for attackers to pinpoint your location. Conclusion. Overall, the encryption implementation in Google Chat is both robust and effective. The use of ES-256 ensures that all data is protected against unauthorized access, while the use of LZO compression ensures that messages are not overbearing in size. Overall, Google's chat encryption implementation provides a high level of security for users, particularly given the widespread adoption of the platform among businesses and organizations.